Hi, I'm Kalia. And after working with people recovering from narcissistic abuse for nearly 20 years and then deep diving into a manifestation practice, I started to see some things in myself and in others that I was not able to see before. Perhaps it was the belief system that I was living under. It was a belief system that wasn't really serving me. Maybe for a time that it did, but not anymore. As I dove deep into my manifestation practice, I began to remember what I had forgotten. What I mean by this is that I had a manifestation practice early in life, which crumbled under the weight of my own experiences with toxic relationships and narcissistic abuse. Perhaps because I was in so much pain and I was so traumatized, I forgot about how my subconscious is responding all the time to what I was feeding it. And I was feeding it my victim story and how he destroyed me and how traumatized I was. My focus was always outside of myself on him and how he could so easily move on, leaving me in the wake of complete emotional devastation. I found my tribe in all the people recovering from narcissistic abuse because they were all feeling the same way that I had felt. I had something I could offer in the form of wisdom, validation, comfort, and a belief we could recover and get our life back. But what did it mean to get our life back, really? Although many people I worked with did get their life back and they moved on, some remained stuck even 10 years later. By the time they came to see me, they had been stuck for that long. So, as I talk about manifestation today, I've not forgotten my journey and the pain I suffered as a result. And I haven't forgotten your journey and the pain that you have suffered. But I do know that in order to truly move on, we need to really understand how our mind works and start embracing a practice that uses our own inner power to create the life we really want to live. If you're still in the thick of it, this is for you as well, because you can save yourself a whole lot of pain and suffering once you start taking charge of your mind. What we need to understand is that we have two aspects of mind, the conscious mind, which we're mostly aware of, and the subconscious mind, which is very active but hidden from us. It's like the fertile soil of the earth where we plant our seeds, but we don't see the seeds that we've planted, not until they sprout above the ground into our physical reality, where we now can see them and touch them. What we need to understand is that when we're in a relationship with someone who is abusive or narcissistic, we're being brainwashed without our conscious awareness. We simply aren't aware that we're being brainwashed. They are constantly telling us who we are from their own perception of us, which is never good. At least not after the relationship gets off the ground, right? And when they tell us who we are, it can be very painful to hear that from somebody that we love. And we get emotional. And we have the perfect combination for manifestation, only it's the perfect combination for negative manifestation. We end up having a negative perception of ourselves. And you add the emotion, and you've got the ingredients of self concept backed by emotion. And that is the perfect recipe for creation. We're constantly feeding these negative self-images to our subconscious mind and begin living in a place where we feel like we are worthless and unlovable. In the world of the subconscious, it is done unto us as we believe. So if we're living in a place where we're constantly being told how worthless and unlovable we are, and we start to feel worthless and inadequate, our self-concept makes a deep impression in the subconscious, and the fruit that grows is the belief in our own inadequacy. It is true that many of us may have felt inadequate as a result of our childhood. Our deep core wounds and beliefs were already there beneath the surface of our awareness. And this narcissistic relationship brought them to the surface and reinforced them. So even if we start to realize that we are being brainwashed, gaslit, and mistreated, and we get out of that relationship, we're still left with this very negative self-concept where we feel we are worthless and unlovable, and our outer world reflects our inner feelings and beliefs. Blaming the narcissist isn't going to help us, but that's our first inclination. That's what we want to do. Because the problem isn't really outside of ourselves. There was an aspect of us that took what we were being fed from an outside source and we believed it. We took it to heart. We took it to soul. There's an aspect of us that bought what we were being sold. And as the narcissistic person in your life runs off with someone else and seems to be living happily ever after, and you're left stewing in the juices of your own negative self-concept, believing it must be true because you're the one suffering. We obsess and ruminate and focus our attention on that person, trying to find the missing pieces so we can have peace, finally. But the missing pieces aren't out there. They're in here. And it's important to understand we're creating our own reality. And this is hard, I know, because most of us would say, there's no way I would have created this. Now, when I do core wound and belief work with people, it's all there. It's common that one believes deep down, I'm worthless. I don't matter. There's something flawed about me. I'm not enough. I'm ugly. I'm too old. I'm stupid. I'm a failure at relationships. And we also have these new beliefs that have been formed as a result of the relationship, such as my life has been destroyed. I have nothing left. He took everything. I will never get over this. I will never forgive him. My life is a wreck. I'm devastated. So your subconscious takes what you are thinking, believing, and feeling as the seeds that produce tomorrow's fruit. And tomorrow we get more of the same. And it feels like we can't move past it. It's important to understand that what you tell yourself and what you believe about yourself produces painful emotions. It might not be that your ex-partner ran off with another woman or cheated on you or was cruel and hateful towards you, as much as it's the stories you tell yourself about it that are the most destructive. It's the way you end up feeling as a result of the stories. Just because someone devalues you, it doesn't mean that you have no value. But often this is the story we tell ourselves. A narcissist will project his inner reality onto you and actually believe it's you. And if you pick up what he or she is laying down, you take on what really belongs to that person and develop a belief that it belongs to you. When you enter a manifestation practice, you begin to work from the understanding that your thoughts are seeds, and it's very important to be mindful of what you're thinking and believing about yourself. Stop planting those destructive seeds into your subconscious garden. You have the power to turn it around and start planting good seed. The first thing that you have to do is unbrainwash yourself. You are not all those things you're being accused of or that you've been accused of in the past. That person or those people dumped their own inner garbage onto you, and it's not yours. You don't have to carry it around anymore. So don't focus out there on that person. Bring your focus back to yourself and start nurturing yourself with kindness, love, compassion, and a belief in your own goodness. It may take a while before your feelings catch up, but if you don't start now, you're only delaying and remaining stuck. You need to catch yourself taking on the negative voice of the narcissist and cut it off immediately. You need to tell yourself things like, that's not true. I am good. I am kind. I am lovable, worthy, and I have so much to offer. You need to tell yourself these things even if you don't feel them right away. Remember, you have been brainwashed. You have to unbrainwash yourself by reversing the process. Use positive self-talk and stop supporting the negative inner voice with belief. Stop telling yourself, well, it must be true because he or she said ABC. You absolutely can't define yourself based on what anybody outside of you thinks or believes. You are the one who gets to decide who you are. So, who are you? You can't continue to give that person the power to define you. Don't build your self-concept based on toxic evaluation. Toxic evaluation is nothing more than projection. It's someone who can't see themselves and so project all their self-hatred onto another. If you were in a hit and run accident, you might be in recovery for a while. You might be in the hospital for a while. And this is necessary. And the more you follow your recovery program and go to physical therapy and do all the things that you're supposed to do, and you don't give up, and you see yourself as having a full recovery and getting your life back, the more you embody that vision of yourself getting healthy and getting your life back, the stronger and quicker you're going to recover. And it's the same thing coming out of a toxic relationship. You will need a period of recovery. You'll be in a process for a time. So use that time wisely. Use it to redefine yourself, not only to get back to where you were before the relationship started, but to create the most amazing version of yourself ever. Start telling yourself, I'm the best version of myself now. Ignore reality right now. Ignore where you find yourself and focus on where you want to be and see yourself as already there. Visualize yourself strong, confident, whole, radiant, and successful. Visualize yourself as courageous. That narcissist is nothing more than a venomous snake that bit you. You have to recover. You have to get the poison out. You can't keep the poison in your body, your mind, or your spirit. But don't hate the snake for biting you because it's its nature to bite. And hatred is just more poison. It keeps us focused outward on the person that we hate. And this is why we forgive. Forgiveness is saying, I'm letting this go so that I can be free. I'm not going to carry this around with me. Don't wait for that person to make it right. You can make it right within yourself. Plant good seed. Get involved in a manifestation practice. Join me for the next steps. Your life is always going to produce the fruit of the seeds you plant in the subconscious. So if you want to have a great life tomorrow, plant good seed today. Come and join me in my Conscious Creators course and community and start your manifestation journey. I offer the Wealth Magnet Method course right now that will help not only on the level of money, but on all levels, because the manifestation practice is the same regardless of what you want to create in your life. It's about changing your mindset. And the thing about money is energy. So often when people's energy has been depleted, so has their money. So let's get your energy back, your wealth, your vitality, and your ability to create your reality the way you want it. I'm going to put a link to the Conscious Creators course and community in the description below. So you can go ahead and go there now and click on that link, and I will see you on the other side. Also, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great day.